Hey there everyone, it's Val, and welcome back to the end of the day tour for the Ferret Business, the labors of Valentine and friends. Got, well, actually quite a few things to show you today. Let's start with some of the things that other people have been working on. We have a new section on, actually a lot of new sections on the map, and I will talk about them in turn. This first area is Aura Cascade, and that's something Goreae has decided to start messing about with. Oh, wait a minute, I've got a stair here. Let's just make this friendlier. Alright, and he needs a torch. So, right now he has it set up. He has it set up so that apparently, and this is something I didn't know. I knew that Aura fell down. Like it is like water. It has gravity. It flows down. But apparently it flowing down actually generates energy. And the current setup that he has here is actually producing more Aura over time. So that is very interesting. And that's about all I can tell you about his current setup here. He's got a fluxing node. He's got burning Aura pumps, which are currently turned off, and he's just got it flowing around and around and around. We did have a crash today from, as either a crash or a restart. I'm not sure, so I shouldn't say that it was a crash. It might have not been. It was right at 4 o'clock. I think it was a restart, come to think of it. It just happened that Goreae was messing with the cascading processor, and at first we blamed it on that. But it's probably not the problem. It was a restart. Currently set at 4 a.m. and 4 p.m., which is going to be adjusted by Robert. And I didn't actually watch him playing with this. I have played a little bit with Aura Cascade myself, so I understand the basic principles of it. But he's just starting out. He's starting to play with it. So I just wanted to show you what he's been working on. And let's see if I can get through here. There we go. Oh, you already adjusted it. Excellent. Oops. And I'm sorry. I don't know if it's my hand or my mouse that's causing me to jerk the mouse so that the perspective is changing. I apologize for that. I'll probably do it again. I'm a little bit tired tonight. Insomnia struck once more. So in case I do it some more in the end of the day tour, sorry. So sorry. Right, so we have a crafting station corridor here because, well, there's 4 of us and we're almost always arguing over who's using what. And down here we have a starfield creator, which Goreae put in. It's from Botania, and it gives you these beautiful stars. And if it is nighttime, okay, I apparently broke an ME terminal. What? Okay, I have no idea where that ME terminal was. I didn't see it. You know what? I'm just going to put it on the wall here. Oh, it was in a crafting station. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to put it away. That would explain. Put it in there. I didn't even think about that it could be there. Right, so what time of day is it? If it's nighttime, I will show you what's going on out here. There it is. So if you look up, you can see that. At nighttime, I think you can see different colors. And I think it only goes on at night because now it's becoming more day. At least we got a little bit of it. Anyway, it looks pretty cool when it's got the dark sky and the little colored particles are in fact different colors, which is cool. Alright, so machine room right here. This is our silver chest with the various tools that we share right now. Eventually I'm sure we'll have copies of most of them for ourselves, but for now that's what we're doing. And as you can see, we no longer have any chests in the corridor. It doesn't mean I've sorted everything, but I have sorted like 95% of the things. And we're doing pretty good. Robert made this metallurgic infuser in a quest to be able to make steel, among other things. And I haven't actually played with it myself yet. So I guess at some point I will, and I'll be able to talk more intelligently about it. We also have, even though you can't quite see it back there, behind it is a capacitor bank, and I'll talk about that when we get to the other room. GreatOrator, it's either GreatOrator or Goreae that's to set this, the coke oven and the blast furnace up. I think it was GreatOrator, but I wouldn't like to swear to it. He is the most likely person that has done that. And again, oh wait, no, sorry, it is GreatOrator for sure on these. The one that I wasn't sure about was, we have an advanced computer and a disk drive, since we've been finding a few floppy disks out in the wild, as it were. And I did a little bit of playing with it, but I have never used it before, this particular mod. I'm saying that a lot with the Ferret Business, which is actually cool because I like being able to learn new things. It does make you a little bit lost, though, when you don't have familiarity with a bunch of mods for some reason. Most mod packs, I know more of the mods than this one. This one, for whatever reason, Keegan has an eclectic taste that he has expressed in his choice of mods. And I think I said this in another end of the day tour, but I'm going to repeat it just in case I didn't. Until the next version of the mod pack comes out, we are holding off on doing any questing, and we are focusing on building the base. So it very well could be that there are quests in the Ferret Business that address these mods that I'm saying I'm not familiar with, and actually I hope there are. Introductory quests or something to get your feet wet, because that would be pretty cool, and I guess we'll find out. Alright, next, the storeroom. The storeroom has been expanded, as you can tell from the fact that there is a lot more shelves. And in fact, just look, see, we made the rows shorter because they were too long and they weren't being connected to by the drive controller. And that is now visible. It is right here, a drawer controller, pardon me, not drive, but drawer. And right now we have a very basic ME system. All we have is an ME crafting terminal that is hooked up to the drawer controller, and of course hooked up to power. And then we can look and see what is in our storage room very easily, which is wonderful. I am quite happy about that, because now I don't have to run around and find the things. I still try to group them by type, though, just because it makes logical sense. When you are adding new things, you can go and see how much room you have left to add those particular type things. So like Thaum over here, I've got it set up so that we can add all the Thaum related stuff in there. We are going to be working on the AE system, but the more advanced one, we need to get more resources. And because we didn't need the storage room to be as long as it used to be, I took the end of it, put a wall up, and expanded it a bit, and moved in all the Tinker stuff. So now we are all set with Tinkers being able to be used easily. It's not totally automated or anything, but it's usable. Not out on our front porch anymore. We also have lava coming in from the magma crucible in the machine room, and Robert set that up, I believe. So we have, as long as we keep the magma crucible being fed with netherrack, we have lava for our smeltery. Alright, so looking at the map again, you can see this is the Thaum, or the Tinker's room, storeroom, and we have a new area down here, which I am now going to go show you. This is the Thaumcraft area that GreatOrator has started setting up. So just going to go in and show you the current status of it. Oh, and it looks like he did in fact install a door, which is fabulous. So we don't have stuff wandering in. Which reminds me, I probably should put a door or something in Goreae's area because we don't have anything there at the moment. And this is, I can't remember if I talked about this in an end of the day tour, so I'm just going to cover it again. Because warp, the effects that have been chosen to demonstrate the fact that you have warp in your system, the visual effect combined with a sound effect, has the unfortunate effect of giving me, in real life, an instant headache. Unless I can turn off, like basically rip my headphones off fast enough and shut my eyes. I don't know what the combination is, and I'm sure it doesn't bother many people, so I'm not saying anything bad about the mod. It just happens that this combination does this to me. And because of that, and the fact that GreatOrator also does not enjoy the effects of warp, we decided before we started the mod pack that we were going to provide some way of preventing warp occurring in our characters, so we didn't have to constantly type in a command to clear it out. And so what we did is go into Creative, and actually Goreae did this. He set up an incense burner here, and we just have to remember to come in and turn this on when we start a stream by lighting it, and then we should be protected with Warp Ward. Let me just... I don't see it in my effects, but I think I saw the message when I came wandering down here. Anyway, it looks like it's going. And at some point we'll probably also put in a sauna, again in Creative, so that we have it early. Just because of the actual real life effects that the warp has. If it didn't have that specific ill effect on me, I wouldn't care about it occurring. GreatOrator still probably would dislike it because I don't think he has the same kind of reason I have for not enjoying the effect. But I just wanted to explain where that came from because I have never made this, so I don't know how hard it is. And anybody who does know Thaumcraft very well might be looking at it and saying, "Hey, cheater, you shouldn't have that yet." And yes, in ordinary play, we would probably not have that yet. It's for real life ill effects that it is here. Alright, I have now fully disclaimed. Alright, so the next area, you can also see it on the mini-map there in the upper right-hand corner. These chests will be going away once we get an AE system with drives hooked up. And in fact, this is the room that's planned for the full AE system. We may have to expand it to add other rooms if needed for special purposes, but for now, this should handle the crystal grower and the inscriber setup, as well as the actual drives and ME controller. So all these chests, basically all this stuff is going to get dumped into the AE system and will be going away. This chest right here, the one on the top, is the only one I have not sorted yet. So that is still on my to-do list, but everything else has been put in a box. So at least things are slightly findable. Oh wait, sorry, I lied. This one also has not been finished being sorted. So, two chests. Alright, so let's have another look. I believe I have... Oh yes. I have to talk about GreatOrator's project as well. The power room. Danger, high voltage. Watch your step. We have capacitor bank here. And I think he said he has about 40 million RF storage sprinkled around the base. This particular one is the biggest one. And we also have a power monitor, which is pretty cool looking. And I'm hearing zombies. You know what? I'm going to quickly make a door just for Goreae's thing here because I have to go out and show you something anyway. So, wood please. So let's just make, whoops, that is a horrible looking door. Like I said, my mouse is having some issues. Either that or I am. So I'm just going to go there and throw this door down. Right, okay. Now, the other thing that I still have one thing left from GreatOrator to show you, but I will go and show my thing first, and then we'll go outside. Since there is a handy exit down at the end of this long, long corridor, which is the main corridor of our base. Right. This is our new mine. Rather than flying back to our old site and going into that very confusing cave, I have set up a new mining area. And at the various levels, starting at, I think, 50, roughly every 5 levels, I have set up another branch corridor. So, depending on what we're looking for, we have a handy place to mine. Oh dear. Let's see if I move you there. Will you make the red X go away? I'm trying to make sure that there's no place for stuff to spawn down here. But that's why I have that door up at the very top. It goes down to bedrock, by the way. But that's why I have that door up there, so that we don't have any unwanted visitors. I really hate it when you're working on something and a zombie comes up and starts slapping you around, and you're like, hey, I'm in a crafting table. Get away. They don't listen to that, so... Doors. I'm not worried about anything coming through here, obviously. Let's turn that off. Because there's no place for them to fall down from up there. If they fall down, they're just going to keep going straight down, so... It is not a problem. Alright. I have no idea what a red cap is. Let's become my wisp. And I can go and show you the source of the majority of the RF. We do have solar panels, which I think I've showed you before, but if I haven't, Robert set them up a few weeks ago. And they're located right there. And I can see we have the inscriber and the charger hooked up right there. GreatOrator obviously did that when he was getting the very, very basic system set up. And this is how far the tree of transformation has spread the rainbow biome. Enchanted forest. And Goreae led me to the enchanted forest in Twilight Forest, and I collected some rainbow oak saplings so that we could plant them around and make it start looking like a rainbow forest. And darn it, I grew these, chopped them down, grew them again. I'm trying to get some decent sized ones here, and we still have just little bitty ones on the edge here. Dang it. Oh well. I'll worry about that another day. Oh, it looks like we have a strip missing in the landscape. We'll just ignore that. Right, so over on this direction is where GreatOrator's start of the Thaum areas, and where he has set up a windmill from Immersive Engineering, and it is hooked up to a capacitor bank. And knowing GreatOrator, I'm sure he's probably at some point going to build a shell around this to hide all the machinery and make it look like a actual real windmill. He didn't say he was going to do that, but I suspect he probably will. If he doesn't, I will. And down here we have water wheels, which is also from Immersive Engineering. Now these are very impressive water wheels. They are huge. They look like they can produce a decent amount of power, don't they? And so now we have some nice waterfalls coming down to that. And I kind of wonder, maybe we'll connect that up to the actual water here, because I think that would look pretty cool. Anyway, just babbling. So the Thaum stuff here, this was originally one of those pits that are happening around the edge of the mesa. And at my suggestion, Goreae put his Aura Cascade stuff in another pit that occurred around the edge. And let me just get to it. So it's right here. It's still pretty much shaped naturally right now. And think that it's going to look pretty cool eventually. And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's I've covered everything that we did today that I know about anyway. So we should look up at the beautiful sky. See, hopefully you can see that on YouTube and on Twitch. But the actual stars or the, I don't know if you call them the stars, but the lights that are growing and appearing and disappearing are all different colors. And that just looks wonderful. It goes very well with the Enchanted Forest. Thank you, Goreae. I really like it. So, that is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's end of the day tour. And I look like a wisp, which is not as dramatic as I'd hoped for against the particular thing here. So let's change myself, fall to the ground. And I will say to you, good night. Ouch. Dang it. Okay. This is... No, I'm already doing that. I don't really need to. Thank you. Cancel. Thank you. Darn it. Alright, let me go back here. Let's try this again. Thank you guys very much for watching this end of the day tour. Sorry I'm being such a derp today, but, well, there it is. And, right, what was I saying? Oh, right. I hope to see you in the stream sometime. Y'all take care now. Bye. See you later. Arrivederci.